And good morning. Welcome to Today's Races here at Laurel Park. I'm Stan Salter. There's Keith Fustel live out there by the historic Laurel Park paddock. We'll get to the weather and track conditions and all that. We'll talk about the new racing schedule. But Keith, let's talk about the big payouts last Saturday afternoon here at Laurel Park. We had the match race in race 5, Mint Game. What a thriller that was. Mint Game wins the match race, pays $260. That was race 5. The early pick 5 still paid over $5,800 last Saturday, and then we had some nice prices in the late pick 5. Now it was a little cold all last weekend, but I did manage to give out Easy River, a $13 winner in the finale last Saturday. You had Bye Bye Birdie on top, didn't you?
We did.
A
Jerry
19
Romans,
Bye Bye Birdie, a $19 winner. So nice pick there. They hit the pick 6. The pick 6 paid a little over $11,600. Late pick 5 paid over $1,300. Late pick 4 paid almost $500, so some big payouts last Saturday. Nice pick there. Bye Bye Birdie, a $19 winner for Hammy Smith.
Got a very good ride. A little setup up front. We thought it would be a contested pace. Saved ground, angled out, and surged late to get up. I was hoping the Lynch horse just got nosed out for a second. Would have helped that exacta payout a little bit for us. I was giggling, right? So, and Leo Ambrosi, right? The man in shorts, strikes in the second race, $89.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, Parchko shouldn't have been that high of a price in that particular field. But all in all, a huge payout in that early pick 5 on Saturday.
All right, let's show you the new racing schedule here at Laurel Park. We'll be going 3 days a week now. Live thoroughbred racing here at Laurel Park Thursday, Friday, and Saturday now through September 20th. Okay, the 2 weeks that we're going to be at the Maryland State Fair, those 2 weekends will be run here at Laurel Park. We have a big Labor Day weekend for you with $900,000 in stake races. The Federico Tessio on Labor Day weekend. That's a win, and you're in for Preakness 145 the first Saturday in October at Pimlico. Then you have the Weber City Miss, a win, and you're in for the Black Eyed Susan. So some big racing ahead this summer. Let's show you the track and weather. The weather going to be a big factor all weekend long. Oh, my goodness, look at that.
It's just
I thought it was going to – they were calling for nice, calm weather earlier this morning. Well, that changed, and we're off the turf. A lot of rain in the forecast all weekend long, to be honest with you, here at Laurel Park. It doesn't look good as far as sunshine this weekend here in Laurel, Maryland. A lot of rain, so they're off the turf, and there you see the track. That's about as sloppy as you can get, right, Keith?
It is extremely sloppy out there right now. Rain let up a little bit of intensity, I should say. Yeah, this is becoming what, Seattle East? Come on now, we need a little bit of a break.
Well, we're going to look for some mutters. You had some big payouts with the off-the-turf races last weekend, so we'll try to find some big winners this weekend. Let's show you how you can bet and watch all the action here at Laurel Park with First Bet. New signups, use that promo code Sport of Kings, and you get a $10 credit up to a $500 bonus with First Bet. First Bet users have free access to the best features in horse racing, including seamless wagering interface, AI-enhanced algorithms to help you make smarter picks, real-time stats and probabilities, betting, live video, and replays for more than 300 tracks, so don't miss any of the action with First Bet. Tomorrow here at Laurel Park is the big Stronach 5-day with the popular national wager with that guaranteed $100,000 pull, industry low, 12% takeout. Stronach 5 will start Laurel Park race 7 tomorrow at about 3:58 Eastern time. Then leg B, Gulfstream Park race 9. Leg C, Laurel Park race 8. Leg D, Laurel Park race 9. Then we wrap it up. We go out to the West Coast. Leg E, Golden Gate Fields race 2 will wrap it up. So you have 3 racetracks in the Stronach 5 sequence. Gonna be a challenging sequence as always, but it's a big payout with that $1 minimum wager. A big payout usually in the Stronach 5. Let's get right to it today.
Okay.
Race 1 this afternoon here at Laurel Park. We'll kick off that popular early pick 5, which paid $5,800 last Saturday. What's it going to pay today? It's a mandatory payout on this early pick 5, industry low, 12% takeout. I have a ticket today for the late pick 5 starting in race 4 on the 8-race program. Well, let's take a look here at race 1, where this race originally carded on the main track. There was only 3 races this afternoon that were carded on the turf that come off the turf. The other 5 were originally carded on the main track. Race 1, 5.5 furlongs, 25,000 starter allowance. Filly and mares never won 3 are the conditions here in race 1. You have Jumping Michelle in here for Claudio Gonzalez. She'll always be tough. But let's start with the 2, Landing Zone, your top pick, 9-5 morning line. We have a video from last February here at Laurel Park against 16,000 starter allowance company this day in a big win last February.
Yeah, and was able to kind of sit and settle in the clear. Stayed pretty much in range, only about 4 out of it, leaving the 3/8 pole stand. But things got hot and contested midway on the turn. But Jock does a nice job here finding a seam coming off the rail right around the quarter pole. Is going to work her way through his landing zone. Is going to go on to win by about 3 lengths. And I tell you, Paisley saying a couple of these horses were in pretty good form at this time. Now she's backing up from 1 mile and a 70, the 2-turn race at Delaware Park for the 5.5. But Claudio has a way of keeping his horses sharp. I think she can stay in range. Yeah, not a whole lot there, only 1 trial and an off track. I think she'll be okay. There is some speed in here, half in the wrapper. Raging Blaze pretty quick to the outside, who's taking some early money right now. And Proud Mandate, who's fresh and has also shown some early speed. So, yeah, Landing Zone, Jumping Michelle, maybe Claudio's got them surrounded if they can keep the speed in range.
Okay, we have to pop that stat back up here for the 9-5 favorite. Your top pick here, Landing Zone. Here you go. Claudio Gonzalez, the past 3 years, 7 for 25, 28% win clip. That's pretty good, right?
Pretty good, yeah. And that's route the sprint and going third off of a layoff. That's what Landing Zone is doing today. The ROI, a good one, close to $3.
All right, let's turn the page. You like the early pick 4 here. Let's talk about my pick real quick.
Okay,
Hold on,
let's go
we're
ahead.
not finished with race 1. Let's talk about the 4 here, Half in a Wrapper. I think not too much speed in this race. Half in a Wrapper, a 3-year-old filly by Great Notion, a sharp win last out. She's 7-2. Xavier Perez rides. She's first off the claim today for trainer Jonathan Maldonado. She's stepping up in class. That was a sharp win, wire to wire last out. 16,000 to life on a muddy track, 5.5, 60 by her speed figure. So there's not a whole lot of speed in this race. Half in a Wrapper is going to try to go right to the front with the X-Man and maybe try to steal it early here.
Yeah, it looks like her main competition comes from the outside with Raging Blaze. I mean, you kind of compare internals with recent note. They're fairly close. So given a clean start, I don't think they're going to be able to shake clear of one another. So we'll see. And also that rail horse Proud Mandate, who is fresh, could bring a little speed to the table. So I think Claudio is going to be lurking with both of his runners.
All right, so we like the same 4 here in race 1. All right, let's turn the page here. Race 2 to kick off. The early pick 4, we're going 6.5 furlongs in race 2, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Never won 3 lifetime or straight 3-year-olds. Let's start with the 4, my top pick here. Now let's start with your early pick 4 ticket.
Okay.
Let's check it out, see how you play it.
Yeah, very affordable, $16 ticket, 2 deep to get you started. Strive for a cure, the 4 and the 7. Big boots, 2 deep in the 3rd. 3, So Innocent. Really like this mare a lot. I think she's back in the right spot. And the 9, R-Star. Spread a little bit there in the 4th. I think it's a very competitive $8,000 starter. 2, 3, 4, and 6 for me in race 4. And in the 5th, we'll wrap it up with the 4 and the 9. And that is Claudio and Claudio to wrap things up. So $16 ticket.
All right, could be a big day for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. He has 14 wins this summer meet, 16% win percentage. Let's take a look here. Race 2, we also kick off the super high 5 with that low 15% takeout. We have every race with 7 or more horses. Race 2, 6.5 furlongs, originally carded on the main track, claiming 5,000, never won 3 or straight 3-year-olds. The 4, Strive for a Cure, 7-2 for Dale Capuano. A sharp win last down. That was a nickel 2 life win. 55 buyer speed figure, so a little tougher condition today, but this horse in good form. He was dropping to the $5,000 level. That was his third race back this summer. That was late July. Now he's coming back in about 2 weeks rest, per a little longer than 2 weeks. So good timing in between races since that last win. And you get 5 pounds off with Charlie Marquez. Had a big weekend last weekend. Marquez in your top 5 leading riders. Rocio Caramano's the veteran, your leading rider. Jevion Toledo's second. Sheldon Russell, he's in the mix, but he's sidelined right now. And then you have Marquez and Julian Pimentel to round out the top 5. So we both have the 4 on top here.
I do. I like the last race. We caught them at 3-1. Had a very good trip. We thought there would be, some initiative taken by the jockey. Did put this horse in a good position early, and just kind of threw the knockout punch midway on the turn. I tell you, Strive for a Cure though. He's a horse that had promise it too. Kind of fizzled a little bit. They're doing the right thing, keeping him right here at the nickel level. Staying a little stat here for Dale. Winners last out and back in for the 5,000. He's 41% over the last 3 years. 13 for 32, 23 of 32. In the money. So that's back at this lower level. I should say less than 10,000. Strive for a Cure. Tactical Speed works for me, but he's going to have to move up just a little bit because I tell you, Big Boots comes out of a race against better horses. Caught some droppers. Recent dropper in Dirty Foot, and the winner there, Smart Step for Mary Epler. So little tougher bunch, but I think Strive for a Cure can step it up just a little bit here for Dale.
All right, so we both have a 4-7 on top. Yeah, Big Boots in good form since Ricky Silliman claimed this 4-year-old, but yes, it's true. 2 big thirds at this level. This horse rarely off the board. He has good form here at Laurel Park. Doesn't have too much early speed. He kind of likes to lurk around mid-pack or stalk. Hopefully Kevin Gomez can get him into the race kind of early and get a nice stalking trip with the 7 Big Boots.
Yeah, the 4 and the 7, my top selections. Your top selection. They really haven't done a whole lot on the off track. Let's hope they can figure that one out again as well. So Strive for a Cure, Big Boots, Speed, Chasing the Candy inside. I think Seattle Rick, fresh from the outside. You get Jerry Robb with a horse off of time. You always have to kind of worry about that. Even Talent Scout works to pick up a piece if things get contested. But I'm right back with Strive for a Cure.
All right, so we both like the same horse on top there in the second or 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. They hit it for almost 12,000 last Saturday, so we start fresh today. Pick 6 going to start in race 3 this afternoon. Tim Tulloch has a ticket for today's Rainbow Pick 6. Let's check it out, see how he plays it. Here we go, 40, very affordable, $42.20 play. He has a single in race 5. He singles there on the 2, Moravian Prayer for Hammy Smith. Xavier Perez will ride. Okay, so an interesting pick there. The 4, Queen of Tomorrow, and the 6, Rockstar Girl. They look tough in there, but the 2, he goes with the 2, Moravian Prayer, his single there in race 5. All right, let's check out race 3 here. Okay. Race 3 was originally a 1.16 on the turf. We go to a flat mile on the main track rated sloppy. Race 3 is a nice 8,000 starter allowance. Filly mares 3 and up. Looks like a few of these entered this race hoping or thinking it would come off the turf, and that's what happened. The 1 Firth, I go with Firth on top here for Rudy Sanchez Solomon. Angel Cruz really heating up the second half of this big summer meet, and Firth had a real big, sharp win last December here at Laurel Park on a sloppy track going 7 furlongs. That was a nice first level allowance win, wire to wire with a 75 buyer speed figure. So that's enough for me. If she runs that kind of race today, we're going a flat mile today, so she can get the distance. She'll be part of the early pace. So I put the 1 Firth on top.
I think she's going to have to be hard sent, Stan, to get out of that that inside position down there at the mile chute. Get clear and then relax on the front end and get it done. But she brings a very good race over the sloppy sealed surface to the table here. And Sanchez Solomon, we talked about it the other day, a little chilly of late, okay, but I'm sure this barn will heat back up. Firth should be the one to catch a former Sanchez Solomon runner in I Love You. The 5 could also bring a little speed to the table. Steva as well. I don't know if Steva's quite as quick as certainly the rail horse, given a fair break. But I think So Innocent here for the Frocks and P&H stables, C and B stables. Yeah, this is the right spot. We faced killers last time. The boys, it comes back to a more realistic spot. Can sit mid-pack and churn these horses down. She brings a B+ race. I think she can get it done.
Yeah, she attracts Jevion Toledo, one of your top riders. So Toledo on the 3, So Innocent. She was a very honest 6-year-old
She
mare
is.
by Blame. They made a bunch of money with this mare. They claimed her a couple years ago. They've had a bunch of fun with her. She's taken them down to the Claiming Crown at Gulfstream. And you're right, this is a nice spot today for the 3, So Innocent. She is one tough customer when she's in the right spot. The 2, I throw Boomerang Miss into the mix here for trainer Michael Moore. A decent effort against Stakes Company last out going a mile on the turf. But she has some decent races on the main track as well. Last year at Emerald Downs, she ran a couple big races. Won third on a sloppy track and a big win on a fast track with an 82 Beyer speed figure. She was a good second last February on an off track. So the 2, Boomerang Miss, has some decent form on an off track. Joan Rosado rides, so I throw her into the top 3.
You spent some time in Emerald Downs, Stan. You know she's going to be used to training, at least in the morning, right on an off track out there. She's got a good race on the page, and with the Turf Paradise, a third back off of a little bit of a break. She's shown the ability to kind of sit just off of it and go on. This might be a little, this group right here, right now at this point of her career, I don't know. We'll see if she can sustain into this group. So, yeah, 3-9-1-7 for me. Brushing, I don't know where that race came back, 2 races back. It was kind of a misleading starter. It was a starter for, I think, 5,000 last 8 starts, but also which haven't won a race in about 7 or 8 months, 7 months, right? I think it was going back to July. So, yeah, that was an interesting little condition there, a softer group of starters that Brushing V2 back at Parks.
All right, so nice little starter allowance here off the turf, going a flat mile, race 3 to kick off the pick 6, late pick 5, no carryover. They hit it for over 1,300 last Saturday. We'll see what it pays today. Late pick 5 is going to start in race 4. We'll check it all out right after this. All right, welcome back. Good commercial there for Go Sapper. He's red hot down there in Kentucky at Adena Springs. He's going to be right up there, one of the top sires in the country. He's right up there right now, one of the top sires in the country. But here we go, race 4 to kick off the late pick 5 with that industry low, 12% takeout. I have no carryover. They hit it last Saturday for a little over $1,300. Here's my ticket, $48 ticket for the late pick 5. I go 4 deep here in race 4. It's a tough starter allowance going a mile. Maybe I can get a price with the 3, Belfour, who's 5-1. Belfour, sharp winner last out, was claimed by Jerry Robb, steps up to this starter allowance. So some tough customers here in race 4. My top pick is the 6, Midnight Act from the Flint Stites barn, a 3-time winner in the off-going. Weston Hamilton rides the 6, Midnight Act. So that's my top pick here in race 4. Then I'm just 2 deep in races 5, 6, and 7 in the finale. Race 8. That's all. That's on the originally carded on the main track. The 1, Tenderness, will be a heavy favorite in race 8. But the 3, Go Amanda, and the 6, Elegant Lady, they're in good form. Maybe they can pull off a mild upset there in race 8 and make the ticket pay a little bit bigger. Let's take a look here at race 4 to kick off this late pick 5. Originally carded on the main track, going a flat mile, 8,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 16,000, 3 and up. Let's start here with the 3. Your top pick here, the 3, Belfour, the 6-year-old son of a Super Saver, was dropping from second level allowance company into a beaten nickel spot late July. He went off the 6-5 favorite. And let's show you what happened July 23rd right here at Laurel Park. Here's the start, Keith.
Yeah, had to start a little bit of trouble there. Bounced around. You see this jostled, kind of knocked off stride almost coming out of the gate. We're going to watch this one more time. 4-horse comes out a little bit, a little brush with the outside, but Belfour is going to go ahead and recover, though. Belfour bet down to $1.20 to 1 that afternoon, was able to get position, and I tell you, Laurel Glasser really got this guy to relax very comfortably out about 3 deep early on. Sparred with Stolen Love, the old veteran, to his inside and said, you know what, we'll see you later here, leaving the quarter pole on top of the stretch. This horse is going to battle and widen late. Belfour's a horse, in a return try against 2 other than competition, the prior try on June the 19th, just didn't bring anything to, eased through the stretch. Big form reversal. Now, granted, dropped down against easier, but you know what? Jerry Robb says we're going right back, and we're going to protect this guy and go in this starter. So he's got back figures that certainly work, Stan. I'm going to take a shot. Belfour likes an off track, likes the mile. Why not?
Yeah, he does like an off track. He won by almost 9 lengths against Allowance Company on a sloppy track about 2 years ago, and he's got the back class to handle this group. So I include him in the mix. I go with the horse, a 3-time winner in the off go in the 6 Midnight Act, the 4-year-old son of Midnight Loot for trainer Flint Stites. A sharp win on a sloppy track July 10th this summer at Penn National. That was a 2 other than allowance race, 77 Beyer speed figure, so a recent big win on a sloppy track. He's run an 87 Beyer before in the off-going, and recently a good second late July up there at Penn against 5,000 start allowance company. So this is a very honest horse. He's razor sharp right now. We get Weston Hamilton. I'll put the 6 Midnight Act on top.
Absolutely. Does not mind an off surface. Brings tactical speed to the table. I tell you, Sparty being out of here, Midnight Act might just go ahead and go, Stan. I could see it. I'm hoping Belfour can keep him close. But Midnight Act's got some pretty good speed. He can carry it. He'll battle you. So I know he's beaten on, but go back on the page against Bobby G. Bobby G was a little better horse right now. I mean, back then. Right now, Midnight Act. He's on his game. I think he's going to be awfully tough.
All right, how about the 9-5 favorite here, the 2 VIP code for Jamie Ness. You get the 5-pound apprentice, Charlie Marquez, to ride. VIP code, he has a win, 2 seconds from 4 starts in the off-going. He's in razor-sharp form right now. A big win last out at Delaware, going 2 turns against Start Allowance Company. Big 83 Beyer speed figure. He fired a 93 Beyer with that big win at Parks last February. So this horse, he's tough. He's a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. I use him in the exacta.
Yeah, I just, he's going to be awfully short. He's not going to be 40 cents to the dollar or 20 cents to the dollar, I don't think, like he was in his past 2 races. He threw that 93 at you at Parks. He hasn't been able to duplicate it. Had a brutal trip. Granted, he was wide, very wide in that try at Laurel back on June the 19th. I don't know. I should say June the 1st. I'm not completely sold on this horse today.
How about I throw the 1 Sound Off. I have him on my late pick 5 as well. I go 4 deep in this race. The 1 Sound Off, Yomar Ortiz aboard for Michael Sandoval. This horse in decent form. A couple decent efforts up there at Delaware. 3rd behind VIP Code last out. VIP Code's going to be the favorite, and you're going to get a better price here on the 1 Sound Off. So I throw him into the mix as well.
He's been steady. Griner picking up checks, making a lot of money. Sound Off, though, his main nemesis, off track. He just has not really shown up to the best of his ability on an off surface.
Man, I can't believe I don't have Bobby G in the mix, but I just didn't get to him. What a nice starter allowance race this is. Bobby G, he's dropping from second level allowance company. He's run an 89 Beyer before on the off going. You get the leading rider, Horacio Caramanos, to ride the 4 Bobby G. He'll be tough in this spot. He hasn't won for the new barn yet. He's not as in a sharp form for the new barn as he was in the Corrales barn.
Yeah, he really hasn't sustained, right, Stan, that normal run from the 3/16 pole home. He hasn't quite brought it of late. We'll see if he does it today. But, man, he has danced a lot of dances over the last couple of years.
All right, so a real nice starter allowance here to kick off the late pick 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 5 will kick off the late pick 4. Race 5 was originally carded on the turf. Off the turf, we're going a flat mile, sloppy track. 25,000 starter allowance for Philly Mares. Never won 2. The 4 Queen of Tomorrow was entered main track only for this race by Claudio Gonzalez, a 3-year-old daughter of Bandbox with Angel Cruz. She'll be tough. I use her in the exacta. The 6, though, Rockstar Girl. I put on top here. Weston Hamilton aboard this 4-year-old filly for Ferris Allen. A couple big efforts last winter here at Laurel Park. Caught my eye on a sloppy and muddy track against First Level Allowance Company. A couple big seconds last December and January here at Laurel Park. A real big second behind Bye Bye Birdie, who would come right back to win. Bye Bye Birdie had a big sharp winner last Saturday. So Rockstar Girls on a couple big races are almost lifetime best efforts on the off-going. So I'll take a shot here with the 6 Rockstar Girl today.
Yeah, say for that run from Queen of Tomorrow last time out, breaking the maiden for 25, where she just absolutely whistled at 8-1 and controlled things up front. Rockstar Girl, this is probably, looking at the group overall, the softest group. Is she going to bring a finish? She's kind of like Bobby G. She going to bring that sustainability through the final eighth of a mile. Maybe this is the field where she's going to be able to do it. Stand mile and 16th on the turf, a mile on the turf for most 2 recent starts. So the stamina build-up should be there, and she might get it done against this group. I go outside. I go with a higher price, Claudia, with the 9 Award Wanted. Wasn't a bad try last time out, a belated 4th, stretching out. The ground, I think, is going to be okay. I know Touring Hong Kong, the mare, produced a VIP ticket. I think that horse did its best sprinting, but carried its best number long on the dirt. So Award Wanted, I think the stretch out is warranted. I think she's going to relish this.
All right, I use a 9 in the mix. The 5 Loa for Lacey Godet. Loa had a sharp maiden score last January on a good track here at Laurel Park. Gone the other way since. Going to have to try to regain her top form this afternoon. Lacey puts the blinkers on the 5 Loa, but the 4 and the 6 are going to be tough here.
Yeah.
In your top pick, Award Wanted for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. You're still going to get a decent price on that filly by Macho Uno.
It should be okay. Yeah, absolutely. Because I think the money off of that last race, Queen of Tomorrow's most recent race, blowout win. I think the beaten favorite in that race came back to gallop by like 15 at Delaware with an okay number. And Claudio's good with his kind of spot here, 26% with his maiden breakers. So, yeah, Queen of Tomorrow going to be a very short price in race 5.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 6, one of our features of the day to kick off the final pick 3. Nice first level allowance condition, 3-year-olds and up. We're going 6.5 furlongs on the main track, originally carded on the main track. The 2 Air on Fire. We both go with Air on Fire on top for Damon Dildavico. Damon, your second leading trainer right now, I think tied with Ness. Second leading trainer behind Claudio. Let's check out the effort by Air on Fire. A big second behind Bull Shark, July 23rd. Here they are turning for home, Keith.
Yeah, the 7-horse that day, finds himself, about 7 or 8 out of it, leaving the far turn, but is able to kind of save some ground and work out and get a run here. I tell you, Air on Fire, we've seen this time and time again over the last couple of years with Damon, some of the horses that Linda Rice, they've left down here. He's maintained forms and actually moved some of them up. And Air on Fire is a horse that's shown speed in the past. In this race at 6.5, you go through this form. There's not a ton of true speed. Be interesting to see if they puts him a little bit closer, gets him into the race a little bit sooner. Air on Fire, I think he's going in the right direction here for Damon and company.
All right, so we both go with the 2 on top here, Charlie Marquez. So you get 5 pounds off in this race. Could come down to a tight photo finish. That 5 pounds off going to help. Yeah. The 2 Air on Fire. Now, the morning line favorite in this race, we both pick second, the 5 Absolved. For Claudio Gonzalez, Angel Cruz will ride a big, sharp second going 6 furlongs last February. And then the shutdown, the comeback race at Delaware, went off, the 9-5 favorite going a mile. Didn't run very well up there. But now cuts back to 6.5 furlongs today. Should run better. Second off the layoff this afternoon.
Another one. Picks up a lot of checks, 7 seconds from 18. Starts trying to find the perfect distance, I guess, for Absolved. He should be able to stay within range against this particular group because there's not a lot of true speed. Absolved, yeah, he's got a little touch of hang into him. Maybe he'll sustain today. I like Air on Fire, Absolved. Stone Courageous, interesting horse here for Hammy. Second off the bench, turf to dirt. Horse that showed promise at 2. Brings speed to the table. Don't leave out Stone Courageous.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that horse, a 3-year-old trying to find his way against the older horses now. He didn't run well on the turf. That was his 3-year-old debut, July 15th at Delaware. But it should run better today. Gets back to the main track today. It was stakes placed, multiple stakes placed as a 2-year-old behind some nice horses. So I think he gets back to the surface that he wants today, the 3 Stone Courageous.
Yeah, and Ready and Rich, you've got in the mix here for Lacey Gaudette. Once again, I don't know where that race came from 3 races back. Big effort. First off the claim, the blinkers went on, weaved around, altered course a couple times, and got it done. Beat Bullet's Child. Was able to kind of get by that horse. Bullet's Child very quick, so he was clear, and Ready and Rich just kind of rolled by late. Tribe of Park's no good. Last time out, pretty good. It was all right. Going a mile here. So turning back, Ready and Rich has improved with the blinkers, it looks like, and is going to be probably forward against this particular group.
All right, it's a nice allowance race going 6.5 furlongs here in race 6. Race 7 comes off the turf, 5.5 furlongs on the main track. We kick off the late daily double in race 7, claiming 16,000 filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Let's start here with the 2, Jenny Highway. Let's start with Jenny Highway. She's been all turf. All 5 starts have been on the turf. She's never run a bad race. She tries the main track for the first time today. Angel Cruz rides for Dale Capuano. She would have been one of the favorites if this race stayed on the turf. It'll be interesting to see what kind of money she takes this afternoon with the race coming off the turf. Let's show you her most recent effort, July 3rd, sprinting on the turf at this level. This was her 4-year-old debut coming off the long layoff. She was claimed this day by Dale Capuano. She ran for Ann Merriman this day, but was claimed by Dale, and Dale waits the 30 days, puts her right back in for 16,000, decides to try the sloppy conditions today, but she's going to rally. At least you see a strong finish out of this 4-year-old daughter of Seville, a Maryland bred. So that was an okay third, 57 by her speed figure. Her lifetime best is 65, but she's been all turf, and now she tries the main track for the first time. I pick her 4th, you pick her 3rd. We both go with the 8 on top. Your thoughts, I guess, on Jenny Highway?
It's a tricky one, okay, because you're thinking, okay, they're going to keep her in this race, so you think they got a little bit of hope that she's going to handle the main track. She's got a good work over at Pimlico, right on the dirt. Maybe the most recent work. Jock said, okay, hey, exercise rider. She handles it fine. So if you happen to get a race, it comes off, we'll go ahead and go. But do they just want to lose her right back for 16, Stan? You know what I mean? So this is a tough one, Jenny Highway. There is speed to target in here, no doubt. Rapid Ash Queen has speed. I think Kit Kat Katie with a good break is going to be into it. And obviously keep her in spite to the outside will be forward. But I'm going to use her. I'm going to trust in Dale that they think she's going to go ahead and handle this off track this afternoon. But the dirt and Seville's, we've seen, they've been okay, about 12-13% on the dirt.
All right, but we both go with the 8, Kit Kat Katie. This filly by Sky Mesa, big sharp win, first off the claim, first race back this summer. She won by 3 up there at Parks early July against Maiden 20-57 by her speed figure. Now you get Charlie Marquez, the apprentice, to ride for Jamie Nash. She has enough speed to get a nice stalking trip on the outside. Kit Kat Lady, she'll be awfully sharp this afternoon. We both pick her on top.
She was a user either surface. Last time out, broke a little slowly, but really got to contention quickly and relaxed off of a contested pace. I'm hoping, she can get that spying position just off the speed today. Ness right back with these maidens, like a little stat. I think, 21% with maiden breakers. So Ness is kind of loaded here in the late double.
Sure, and the apprentice, Charlie Marquez, he's locked and loaded today as well. The early speed of the 10 Keeper and Spite going to be tough here in race 7. Keeper and Spite might be going right to the front and going to try to steal it with the X-Man.
Yeah, and I don't think he wants a duel, right, with his horses to develop with the outside Rapid Ash Queen, Keeper and Spite. Keeper and Spite finally put it together. Number just holding right about that 50, low 50. But last time out, she was a little bit different through that last eighth of a mile. She had a little bit of lay down in her, last couple. But I tell you, July 18th, that was a good one. She was eager to the line, and she's going to need to bring that right back if she's going to upset Jamie Ness's runner.
All right, so let's get a cold 8-10 exacta here in race 7. Let's turn the page here. Race 8 wraps things up this afternoon. 6 furlongs on the main track, claiming 16,000 filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2. This race originally carded on the main track. Scratch the 2. I go with the 1, Tenderness, your morning line favorite. She's going to be a heavy favorite here for Jamie Ness. Let's show you why. Let's show you the big win. First off the claim, July 18th right here at Laurel Park. She ran a big 60 by her speed figure this day. She's wide right here, but she's going to end up winning by 5 with Charlie Marquez, who's back aboard today.
Yeah,
here's the big win.
Yeah, 1-5, dropped off the claim for maiden 16 off of a break from January to June, and boy, she relaxed beautifully just outside of a contested pace, cruised up to command upper stretch, and wins with a little bit in reserve, but they're just going to hold right around this same level, a little bump 16 and nothing terrible, okay? But Tenderness has got to go from the rail. Now she's got to get that position. May have to be used just a little bit too much early to get that position, but boy, she's powerful there, running right through the line in that maiden breaking score on July the 18th.
All right, so I put her on top. You have the 6 on top here. Elegant Lady had a sharp win last out for Cal Lynch. The Cal Lynch barn picking up steam here the last couple weekends. Weston Hamilton rides this filly. She stalked the early pace last out and then won for maiden 10. That was her second race back this summer, so she's in good form. She'll be tough. I don't blame you for putting her on top here.
I think she's going to be a little bit better priced, obviously, than Tenderness, and these younger horses, Lynch, they do very well with them. They get them the win back. Even the ones that kind of do that little steady descent, Stan, right, in which she's done. I mean, she was cut out, looked like she was going to be okay. They didn't spend a ton of money on her, but boom, dropped. Eloquent Lady works for me. She was a grinding type of winner against Keeper in Spite. I think she can keep the speed, in her sights, and maybe even try to go right to the front against this particular group of Tenderness. Misses the beat from the inside. So, yeah, a little bit better price, I believe, here with Eloquent Lady.
All right, so we like the same 3 on top, just a little different order here. In race 8, we were off the turf last Saturday. We had a $5,800 early pick 5. We had a big payout in the Rainbow pick 6. They hit the jackpot for over $11,000. The late pick 5, late pick 4, they paid big last Saturday. So there'll be some big prices this afternoon. We're off the turf, sloppy track. Good luck with your picks today, Keith.
Appreciate it, Stan. Thank you, and good luck.
All right, Dave Robin, he's coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.